So the new Resident Evil Resistance teaser trailer is finally out, and man, I am so happy to see this. But I'll be honest, it didn't really give us much to go by when it comes to the story aspect, but there are a tidbit of details that they showed off and makes you speculate certain things about this game overall. So in this video, I'll be quickly breaking down this teaser trailer, where we discuss some of the things that was highlighted, and I'd like to keep this as an open-ended video discussion. So if you guys have any answers to some of the content in the trailer, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, so let's get the most obvious out of the way, which is a speculation of this being another Resident Evil Outbreak or Left 4 Dead type of game, because we all remember that Resident Evil Outbreak did have that multiplayer aspect, changing things up for the franchise overall. But this game is eerily similar to the Left 4 Dead or maybe the Zombies mode from Call of Duty, because we get to play alongside with 3 other characters as we fight off the waves of monsters, in which this mysterious person from the background seems to control which type of enemy that we'll be facing, where we have him release zombies, lickers, and even the famous T-103 tyrant Mr. X, which I'll discuss more in detail in the later part of this video. Anyways, I just want to point out that a lot of Resident Evil fans are speculating that this mysterious person who's working in the background could actually be Albert Wesker, because remember, he does play a role where he assumes the command of the other characters, with one great example was with Ada Wong, where he had her going on a mission to acquire the sample of the Las Plagas strain from Resident Evil 4, so it wouldn't be out of the blue to consider that this mysterious guy could be Wesker, because remember that he was also interested in seeing how certain people perform against some of the monsters and BOWs, with example in Resident Evil 1, where he lured the STARS Alpha team into the Spencer mansion so that he can acquire battle data for all the monsters that they fought. So who's to say that this isn't one of those cases, because we can clearly see that these characters are in one of the Umbrella facilities, with the indicators specifying their locations on the monitor. Also, I'd like to point out is the fact that we see a mission timer on the same monitors as well, so that could be an in-game battle mechanic that we have to play with, very similar to the wave style of combat from Call of Duty Zombies. Anyways, I also just want to quickly cover the characters and how they would be used for this game, because if this happens to be a 4-player co-op, does that mean that each character would have their own specialty role, where one is in charge of doing damage, another one who plays support, and another who acquires items for the group to use against the many monsters that they have to face? Because wouldn't it be awesome to have one character create weaponry and be able to customize them according to the team's needs? Anyways, let's go ahead and cover the overall aesthetics of this teaser trailer, because this game looks absolutely beautiful and is known that it's taking full advantage of the new RE engine, the same engine used for Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2 Remake, giving us a chance to mesmerize the amazing aesthetics of all these monsters. So if we can have the same gameplay style and while at the same time keep up with the amazing graphics, then I'm all for it. Anyways, last but not least, let's discuss the tyrant Mr. X and how he'll play a role in this teaser trailer, because so far, all we know is that this tyrant is specifically controlled by the mysterious man, so we can assume that the regular Umbrella objectives doesn't really count in this matter, but instead we have a fully functional BOW who's piloted manually, which made me speculate if any of the other tyrants were ever controlled this way before, because we all assume that these monsters were just programmed by Umbrella to finish their mission and not manually controlled. So how would this play out overall in the multiplayer aspect of this game? Are we going to have a combination of a wave type of gameplay, where we fight off the many monsters, then by the end of a certain amount of rounds, we then fight a boss monster who's either controlled by AI or a real life person, similar to the gameplay in Friday the 13th, where we'll have Mr. X be that constant boss battle threat after a certain amount of rounds. And who knows, what if these boss battle wave segments would have us fight against some of the other BOWs, which could include William Birkin or maybe even Nemesis. Anyways, in the end, I'm just happy to see another Resident Evil game in the works, and by the end of the trailer, it does state that we'll be getting more details at the Tokyo Game Show 2019, which is great news. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts about this trailer overall? Was it good, bad, or do you guys think we need to wait a bit more for additional details? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys enjoyed this random and quick Resident Evil Resistance teaser trailer breakdown, then please feel free to like and subscribe for more Resident Evil news and content in the future. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and as always, you guys have a great rest of your day, and this is Hey DeVuH, signing out.